All right. We gotta get this thing going. All right. I hear ya. I know it's time to start. I'm late to the show. What's up, my friends? Welcome to Bets for Breakfast. Yeah, we got picks to give out here on this beautiful Friday slate. We've got 11 college football games and a whole slew of MLB games after yesterday's small, I think, 7-8 game slate. Top model projection strikeout play of the day, Will Warren under 5.5 strikeouts. If you took the bump under 4.5 strikeouts, both cash. He finished with 3 Ks over 5 innings. Got dusted by the White Sox. Yankees ended up winning that game. College football yesterday, another absolute W day, my friends. Here's the bet tracker. Ended up going 4-2. Duke really poured it on at the end, and they ended up missing by 4 points of covering that 31.5. That was a really good line. It finished at 36.5 on a lot of books. Closing line value is important, but not as important as you think. These teams still got to do their thing. We ended up another, you'll see it down here, 1.64 units, 1.65 when you round up the 0.95 on the season. So far, we are up 4.38 units for college football. It's been another absolute banger. Last season, if you were around with me, I did only college football games. I did not bet on player props, only games, my friends, sides, totals, money lines. Went 99-63 for plus 26 units. And this season, we have started off 6-2 for plus 4.38 units. I love betting on college football games. I tell you what, it does not take a ton of effort to bet on games compared to player props. Ciphering through and filtering out what are the best edges for player props when you've got 130 games for the weekend? Like from Thursday through Monday, I think we got like 130 games. It's insane. And finding the best props, I don't even want to go down that path, but I can find you the best bets on games. Last 2 years combined now 105 and what would that be? 65. 105 and 65, my friends, for over plus 30 units. Oh, just games. And it's nice. Like yesterday, I sat down to watch the end of the Houston game, and Houston, they had allowed, I can't remember who they were playing. They had allowed, who the heck did we have? We had Houston minus 22.5. Anyways, the other team was on Houston's 20-yard line with 2 minutes left, and they needed to convert a first down, but they were running out the clock. They weren't throwing the football, and I think they did not get the first or something like that. And then Houston just knelt it down to end the game. It was something like that. It was super simple. And man, it was semi-stressful because you're like, well, what if he busts a 20-yard touchdown run on this last carry? But they cashed with ease. My friends, we got some bets to make. I got a lot of stuff to cover for MLB. I actually gave 2 to a couple staff inside Discord and said, hey, make sure you alert this out. I want people to know what's going on over here. Oh, before we continue, again, also, I should have done this at the top of the show. Thank you for tuning in. If you're new here on YouTube, I'm here Monday through Sunday. You get videos, longer videos. You get short videos. Yeah, YouTube shorts on your cell phone if you like them. And then you get live shows. The live shows are scheduled for Sunday and Monday, but I do go live bonus shows throughout the week depending on what each day of games looks like. Tomorrow morning, Saturday morning, I probably will post either a video or I'll go live again because, hey, we got 57 games tomorrow for college football. So you're going to want to be around. So you got to subscribe to the channel, like this video, of course. That's always super helpful. And if you're on Twitter, hit that retweet for me. All right, let's talk about some MLB today. And yes, let me say good morning real quick. What up, Chitty? Good morning. Let's get paid today. It is time. I appreciate it. Need more coffee, says John. I appreciate you. Spreads King. Hey, I take that title. It's essentially all I bet on. I do have a money line play tonight. Interesting spot. Very, very big game. Tough game to bet on. But I took a money line because I'm a degenerate. So anyways, to the 177 people who have tuned in nice and early, thank you very much for the support. And hopefully I line your pockets with some bets. It's been extremely hot I can't remember a hotter period since July 18th. We're looking at 40 days, over plus 40 units. Can you imagine betting 1 to, I'd say probably 5 bets per day and being up 40 units over 40 days? 1 to 5 bets per day, up 40 plus units. I mean, ooh, what a good experience. Like, there's people, you know, tailing other premium things and they're putting down 15 bets per day and they ain't profitable. That's a lot to cover. And then if you don't profit, they're like, well, you missed, that's your fault. You missed the bet. It's like, well, come on, dude. I'm working full time. You expect me to tail bet number 11? That was the one winner I needed. Like, good freaking luck, man. But I'll give you 1 to 3-ish usually, sometimes 5 or 6 in a big slate. And yeah, I'll give you links to each bet, and you can one tap bet them inside the Odd Shopper app, where my premium picks are. And I pinned a comment there on YouTube. That's where it is. So if you want to check it out, go for it. Great start to the college football season. Absolutely. And we're going to talk college football here before I leave. All right, we will. I promise. Let's take a look though. So left side, computer view of all the odds. I like to price shop. And the right side is the mobile. So if you are watching on cell and you're like, well, what's mobile supposed to look like? This is what it looks like. If you're watching on computer and you're like, well, what's the website look like on computer? All right, there you go. And I've actually learned from my dad this weekend that he took the browser, the myspreadyedge.com, he just pinned it to his cell phone. He pinned it to his cell phone homepage, and it shows the myspreadyedge.com logo. And it just, because it's a mobile web app, it acts as an app when he hits the home screen. I love it. Super, super slick. Don't have to download anything. Let's talk George Kirby under 5.5 hits allowed. And all these other, I have 7 bets saved. I want to talk about them and how I found them. So this morning, I was going over I love this tool. Honestly, I freaking love it. This is like one of the slickest tools I can think of, to be honest. This is the trends tool. So we have this for MLB, NFL, NBA, and maybe over the next day or two, but definitely should have it for week 2. We should have a college football trends tool using last year and this year's data. College football player cards are coming. Yes, that's right. So if you're like, oh my gosh, I love player cards, well, they're coming. Don't worry. So one of my favorite things to do is I use the trends tool to find broken lines, mispriced lines, trends and insights that allow me to dig into certain spots deeper. And I found one this morning. I found one using my betting cheat sheets, the odds finder here, and this trends tool. I'm going to slide my cheat sheet here over on the screen. I think this is always a really good combination. All right, so here we go. I had all markets were allowed initially, and I was like, well, let me just look at the pitchers market. So total hits allowed was one of the first I looked at, and I actually do, college football trends, dude. I'm going all in on this website. It's going to be a one-stop shop for everybody. I'm promising you that. You'll have projections. Well, you already had projections. Optimizers, the trends and insights tool, optimizers for, I think we're up to 10 or 11 so far. Flip, Onyx, Profit, Prize Picks, all that. Literally, it's just, we got a ton. And then the betting models, player projections, and game models on the site. I'm all in. I'm all in. MySpurryEdge.com. Promo code STREAM, STREAM, makes it less than $10 for your first month. Good freaking luck finding a bargain like that out there. So anyways, I like to sort, believe it or not, I like unders more for player props than overs. I'm super contrarian in that regard. So you'll see predominantly most of my premium picks unders. It's just, listen, it's how I roll. So I sort low to high. A lot of people like high to low because, oh my gosh, over 9 of 11 games, there's a lot of outs for props missing. You usually need a very efficient outing in some way, shape, or form for overs to hit. And there's just so many variables. You got 9 hitters and the other side for MLB, and I just don't like it. So I like unders. So I sorted by unders. I saw George Kirby has been under in 5 of 16, allowing 5.31 hits per 9. By the way, is this too small? I probably should zoom my browser in here. Under in 9 of the last 10, averaging just 4.9 hits. So I clicked his name, opens his player card, and here we are. There's actually, I was intrigued also by his outs prop today, because he's been doing really well with the outsprout, but the hits allowed. And so I wanted to look at it, and I forgot that I even have some of these filters. I just don't use them all the time because I think odds are really what matters the most. So 2024 hits allowed, and he was decent with the hits allowed category. He's on the road today. So I saw, 5.48 hits per game. And then on the road, 5.68, but he was under in 42% of the game. So I went to this year and I wanted to see, do we have a home and away, trends that are different? Not really, just not really. So then the other thing I wanted to see was, okay, yes, he's been under a 9 of the last 10. How is Cleveland doing against righties? And I went right here. So here's George Kirby allowing just 8.18 hits per 9 innings. And then I went here and I saw Cleveland striking out a decent amount, 23.6%. And they're batting just 218 with a low ISO and not many homers, over 339 plate appearances against right-handed pitchers. So I like it. George Kirby under 5.5 hits allowed, I think is a very good play today. A very good play today. Here's another one. Jack Leiter under 5.5 hits allowed. Again, he was right next to George Kirby. So I click Jack Leiter's name and opens his player card, and I saw last 10 games is the default sort. And I was like, oh my goodness, he's only allowed 3.4 hits per 3.4 hits per start over his last 10 games. And then I went and I started looking at Jack Leiter's pitch counts, and I saw, he's been starter level pitch counts for months. So I had nothing to worry about there. And then I wanted to check out the Athletics, and I saw they're kind of hot right now. They're actually batting 270 against right-handed pitchers over the last 311 plate appearances. Maybe just not as confident in this play. Just not as confident in this play. So you do what you want with this information, but that's kind of how I'm trying to show you how I use this tool. It's a compass. I use it as a compass. It tells me, hey, Donuts, you should probably go research this prop market for this player a little bit more. The trends are telling me it's a decent spot, but what else is there? That's not everything. And that's not everything when it comes to sports betting. So Jack Leiter, I think, should be on the short list. Up to you. Let's look at a couple others. So then I was looking at the outs market, and I just saved these off to the side because I don't want to tinker around. I feel like I get really clunky on these live shows. So I want to be super focused and provide a ton of value for you. And if this is good so far, if you're like, Donuts, this is actually a fantastic, flow to your live show today, tell me in chat, show me on YouTube, run up the likes on YouTube for me. The views and stuff are low right now, and I understand. I didn't market the show, but, we went from, what do we have, 80 or so on YouTube last show, and it was my first Friday I've done a stream, and it was unmarketed, so I know people aren't ready for today. But tell me if you are on YouTube by hitting that like button and telling me, hey, this is a good flow to your show. I'm loving this. I need that. I need that stuff. That's super helpful for me. It's not even funny. Like that type of stuff, that feedback, the instant validation on, hey, this is how the show should be. I'm loving this live show. Oh my goodness. Well, then tell me so we can, we can make sure I continue it this way. Tyler Anderson, check this out. So last season was an absolute stud at 14.5 outs, averaged 17.35 outs per start. Hit the over in 84% of his games. This season, 2025, not as lock and load, but still pretty good, my friends. 75% of the games he's gone over. He's averaged 15.83. So, 1.5 outs fewer per start this season. Not as good. And if you look at more recently, it's been volatile, but that line is low. It's a low line for a starting pitcher who does not have any pitch limits. I mean, we're talking, mid to upper 80s. He's got some games in the 90s this season. He's just not pitched well, and he's getting yanked early, 4 runs, 4. And so they're yanking him. So, what's going to happen here? I couldn't tell you exactly, but we do have history on our side. Looking at the head-to-head this season, he hit the over against them with 17 outs earlier this year. And when you're looking at the prop for him at 14.5, it's heavily juiced to the over. So if you're looking for this line, I think you're probably just using this as like a parlay piece. And I've covered a couple here that I think are decent parlay pieces. And again, I found these today simply using the trends tool here. Seth Lugo, another one for the outs market at 15.5 over in 29 of 33 games, averaging 18.79 outs per game. Now, it's been a little bit more shaky. He only had 14 outs against these same Detroit Tigers a few games ago. But, hey, we're in a pretty good spot. And that was, sorry, I forgot. That was 2024. He was over in 88% of the games. In 2025, he is over in 72% of the games. And he's been very shaky for the last 5 games. But you should know this by now. The pendulum usually swings back. So when you get these little dips, all right, and this is the constant for 2 years, usually at some point, it's going to trend back up. Unless there's something there that makes you say, okay, no, he's got a shoulder injury, an elbow injury, something like that, where, yeah, he's going to be a bit more volatile. But if he's fully healthy and his pitch count is still what it's usually, 90-ish pitches, and it is. I mean, 102 a couple games ago. The pendulum swings back sooner or later. So at 15.5 outs, you're getting minus 105. Do we get plus odds anywhere? Nope, 16.5 on some books. Prize Picks is there, underdog. So, yeah, I mean, Seth Lugo over 15.5 outs is very interesting. Yandres Gomez, starter for 3 games now, had 15 outs against Detroit, 15 against Atlanta, 14 against Minnesota. Kind of runs himself into trouble with really deep counts. Had 3 walks against Minnesota, but he had 6 strikeouts. But if you watched this or went back and looked at the logs, I mean, he had 3-2 counts on like everybody. Against Atlanta, 7 hits in that game and just couldn't get out of those jams, gave up 3 earned runs in 5 innings. And then Detroit, another one where, he threw, I think it was 89, 90, 89 pitches. So he's out there for about 90, regardless of whether he's laboring with deep counts or not. So, now he faces the Yankees. The Yankees have been murderer's row for a hot minute here. They're getting hot, and they got a bunch of hitters right now that are just hitting bombs. So many home runs. They had like another 4 or 5 yesterday. So Yandres at 14.5, I think is interesting. I do think it's interesting. I like the 14.5 lines, just like for overs. And just like 18.5, where I like unders, I like the 14.5 overs a lot. A lot of pitchers will go 5 innings. They will. That's just kind of, as long as there's not like an injury concern, like most managers want to leave those pitchers out there for 5 innings before they go to the bullpen. So I think that's an interesting spot. Zebby Matthews at 15.5 outs against the Padres. So this is an interesting position. We've talked about the Padres and how much I like unders for strikeouts today. His line, though, is at 4.5, and that is such low-hanging fruit for Zebby against San Diego, despite the fact that San Diego does not strike out that much. And you go look at San Diego on our cheat sheet, and let's see where they are. Oh no, did I leave them off? Oh no, I didn't scroll down. Here's what makes the spot so tricky though. 17.5% K rate against righties last 14 days and a 278 average. Zebby Matthews is in a very, very dangerous spot today. And for that reason, I love the under 15.5 outs. You've got a team here that is pesky. They do not strike out often. They've got almost a 10% walk rate. And you've got a guy in Zebby who struggles to go deep in games. 15.5 outs, I think, is just too high. This probably should have been 14.5, in my opinion. Hits allowed looks good as well. Yes, at 4.5. Same thing. This is going to be juiced. It's 4.5 on some books. Other books have it at 5.5. But yeah, I mean, San Diego betting almost 280. And then my man over here is giving up 5+ in 9 of 11 games. So I think either or are fine options. If you want to run Zebby over 4.5 hits allowed or Zebby under 15.5 outs, I think they're both pretty darn good plays. I do. I think they're both pretty darn good plays. Chad, how are we feeling so far? Nobody, literally. I see a couple random who's this guy? Hey, let's go ahead and put Mike on blast. Let's do it. You ready, Mike? Buckle up. Buckle up, pal. College football originated pick 6 and 2, up 4.38 units. NFL preseason 5 and 3, up 1.47 units. MLB, ooh, yes, again, another 5 and 3, up 3.02 units. Let's go ahead and look at the betting model, and we are up 27.56 units. Oh my goodness, fully tracked, math tracked, no hiding bets on Pickett, no changing unit allocations, just straight up, here it is. Every single play at the most widely accepted odds on DraftKings. Not even always the best odds. Just saying, hey, DK always has these lines. And I had profit in MLB for 27.5. Preseason NFL for 1.5. All right, so we're up to 29 units. Originated MLB, another 3 units. That's 32. And then college football, another 4. I mean, are you kidding me, my friends? Are you kidding me? Maybe just not the morning for it, Mike. I'm away too, and that's all since July 18th. July 18th. Are you okay, Mike? Are you okay? Oh my goodness. Thank you for that moment to show everybody the transparency. I love it. Call me out daily, my friend. You just gave me the best possible, hey, transparency sells ever. I love it. And my favorite part is he is talking probably about the Twitter, which is just unbelievable. The run that my Sparry Edge has been on, and those are not my picks. See, he called it out yesterday. I'm like, one of the misses. He's like, yo, nice pick, Mitch. You're trash. How is this your career? And I was like, hey, Bennett, go ahead and post your picks, recap for your plays of the day tomorrow. And he goes, okay. So month of August, he's 14 and 5 plus 6.3 units, average odds minus 124. And I mean, even yesterday, who knows? And even yesterday, what are we complaining about? College football smack. The play right after the one chalk was a plus 150 cash. I mean, listen, haters gonna hate, right? Probably an ex-member, probably got banned from Discord. Who knows? But thank you very much for the opportunity to show everybody the discrepancy here, the transparency report, and to honestly highlight how good I am for the past 40 days. Call me out daily. I hope somebody calls me out daily. I will use this every single day. And if you like to and you need it, my friends, that link right there I just posted in chat is how you get access to all of these premium picks that I just highlighted, profit in NFL, MLB model, and college football picks. I literally just went over all 4, fully transparent. I love it. I love when trolls troll on a live show, though, because, oh my goodness, it helps me sell. It helps me sell. Turd Ferguson, what a name. What movie's that from? That's a Will Ferrell movie, isn't it? Turd Ferguson. I got to Google that real quick. That link right there, my friends. Turd Ferguson is from SNL. Oh, it was Burt Reynolds. That was. Oh no! Whoa, yes. I'm hearing his Jeopardy call outs. I'm dying right now thinking about it. Good old Norm Macdonald, man, R.I.P. Yeah, I'll take the blank for 200. The big hat, yeah. He had the little I can't remember what you call those little ties with like the long strings on them. Such a character. So anyways, my bad, bro. The VIP, you can click that link right there, my friend. And you can use code Code STREAM, STREAM, should take a discount off there. Worth every penny, as Chad is telling you right here. Yeah, there you go. I don't want to say any of the things he reads off. They're just not okay for me to read here. 50 units for you this month. Crushing it, boss. I appreciate that. Yeah, thank you. Tell them. Let them know. Let these people know. I love it. I love it. What up, Robbie Rob? Robbie Rab? I'm new here, ready to win some money. You're in the right place. I'm in an absolute heater. Blank copy. Listen, it is not. Here's the problem, Landon. I haven't automated those yet, so I have to tediously use a bet calculator for these to do that. It's if I can have somebody who would take the sheet and automate those columns for me, what they're going to have to do, and I just haven't got around to doing it, is take the odds and they got to turn them into decimal form in another column, hide that decimal form column, and then automate the wager into the return in the next column. So if I got an Excel wizard who wants to do that, DM me in Discord and I'll share the link with you and you can help me. And then I can take that Google Doc and I can post like a blank one inside Discord for people. And then, hey, you guys can all use that to track your own plays if you don't use like Pickett and these other apps. For me, I thought this was the most transparent way to track my plays, because I know that on these other tracking apps, I'm seeing it. Cappers are tinkering with things, quietly trying to do 15, 20 unit bets on random plays. And then when their August shows, plus 10 units or something, they're like, look at me, I had a good August. The VIP's cleaned house. So no, pass. I figure I go old school. You can't get around this. There's no hiding this. Like, how are you going to hide this? Here, college football from yesterday. I've got what? 4 picks for tonight. I didn't put them in because I don't want people to see them, but I'll put those in right here. And I'm going to have to put them in at the odds I got them at. And you can't finagle this. Everything. All plays, 1 unit, all straight. So you can't finagle this. This is just transparent. This is the most transparent way to do it. It just is. What up, James? Just signed up for premium Discord. Thanks for all your work. Let's get this money. Let's go. Let's go. Skeens. All right, look at him. Let's look at him. And what else we got? Mitchell Parker hits allowed. Yeah, absolutely. Let's get back to work. I took a few minutes there for myself. I needed it, right? I mean, I started the show off 20 minutes straight, and I gave away like 8 betting angles to look at today. They're not my VIP plays. I have 2 strikeout picks, VIP plays today. Those are staying VIPs. Let me raise my, you guys want to see this? Watch this. I got to stand up. I'm moving around so much. All right. Hold on. The webcam, when I raised the desk, just tapped out on me. What's that all about, Webby? Let me plug it back in. Give me a second. Gotta crawl under my desk. I'm old. Oh man, can't have a 40-year-old crawling under his desk. Let me reconnect this because I know people like it here. Well, I might have just lost my camera for the day. What the heck, man? Note to self: don't raise desk while on live show. I'm gonna re-plug this in. What a clown. Well, all right. We move forward without a Webby. Yeah, look at his gun. I'm back. Yes. Let's go. All right, we're back. We're back. Woo! Worth it. All right, let's get back to work. Let me refresh all odds pages here. We'll get off the trends page. I like having mobile on the right. I like having PC on the left. So we want to look at, let's look at these plays. Mitchell, what a alpha name. And who's the other? Skeens. All right, so Mitchell Parker and Paul Skeens. We want to look at Skeens outs. Was that the play? Yeah, 17.5. All right, we'll take a look at Skeens. Novig, minus 129. So you're looking at the over. All right, and then Mitchell Parker. Skeens. Oh, my goodness. Like, look at the odds for Skeens, by the way. A minus 129 on Novig. Look at everything else. Caesars, BetMGM's close as it gets, minus 135. Profit X, minus 132. Dabble. That's a good play over there. Wow. Novig's dope. It really is. All right, so we'll come back to Skeens. And then Mitchell Parker. What was the, was it also? No, hits allowed for my friend T-Sox here. All right, 5.5 hits allowed. Are you looking for the over or the under? Which angle are you looking at, T? So I get the right one. Oh my gosh, look at his strikeout prop. Hold on, why aren't we looking at his strikeout prop for him? What's going on? What's going on with Tampa? Oh, they're striking out 27.5% of the time. Yeah, but Mitchell Parker swinging strike rate is only 9%. His K percentage only 15%. 27.5 is high. But that is a very high line. I mean, we're talking only hit the over in once out of the last 15 games? Yeah, the pitch count's there. He still only had 3 Ks. That is Philly. 80s. Had 99 against Minnesota, another high strikeout team against lefties. Only had 4 Ks. 95 pitches against Boston, only 4 K. It's not like he hasn't gone. I mean, look, let me sort by the pitch counts. Look at this. He's had 90 plus pitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 games this year. And he's hit the over once. Just once. Nope, twice against Philly. So 7 times he had 90 plus pitches and still hit the under. All right. She wanted hits allowed. Anyways. What was their batting average? Batting 248. Its hits per 9 is 9.89. What's his outs prop at today? That's usually quite indicative of the opportunity for hits. Outs today is at 15.5. The lean is to the under. See, yeah, okay. Now I like the I'm sorry. Listen, I have no take on the, how about this? T, this is the truth. I have no take on the hits allowed. I just don't. The fact that we have a higher implied probability that he doesn't even pitch maybe even into the 6th inning means he would have to be extremely efficient with strikeouts. Extremely. He'd have to rack up 5 in potentially 5 innings. Now, I know you're getting juiced like crazy, but I mean, listen, Fliff, 4.5 for minus 155 isn't horrific. I highlighted what? A half dozen player props earlier this morning, and some of those props were parlay pieces. Like you ain't paying a minus, what was it? Minus 165 or something on George Kirby for his hits allowed. So maybe the George Kirby hits allowed play with Mitchell Parker strikeouts under. Heck, if you're on ESPN Bet, you can actually grab strikeout props one higher and one lower. So you could go Mitchell Parker at, let's look at 5+. I mean, you could go Mitchell Parker at 5.5 strikeouts under, parlayed with George Kirby, 5.5 hits allowed under, and you're going to put yourself at probably like a minus 105, plus 110, something like that. I mean, there's a lot of ways to bet every day when we're talking about player props. I mean, you could literally go forever. There's always a path to finding something. So anyways, T-Sox, long-winded reply. You sent me down the path, and you know that I'm going to go down different tangents. Hits allowed, I don't have a lean for. Strikeouts, I love the under today. I do. I like it. I like it. You're welcome. Paul Skeens. Paul Skeens is against the Red Sox, Boston. Walk rate 10.5%. Semi-irrelevant because Paul Skeens has just a 2.07 walk rate, or walks per 9. Doesn't give up many hits. We all know this. Barely gives up home runs. That's the lowest on the entire slate. 14% swinging strike rate, only passed by Shane Bieber, only tied by Blake Snell. 29% strikeout rate is tied with Zebby Matthews as the top on the slate outside of Bieber, who Bieber's numbers will fluctuate a lot here. He's only doing his 4th start. So, yeah, I mean, that's what I mean. Like all these things that here's the other part of this, and this is what a lot of people need to understand on this show. Everything I'm talking about here, I will highlight probably 8 to 10 good bets today. I'm not playing any of them. I have 2 bets, a 3-unit strikeout play of the day. I've already locked it in about an hour ago, and a 1-unit strikeout play. Those were my top 2 projections on the slate based on my 10,000 simulations betting model. And those are the only 2 VIP picks for MLB from me, and the only 2 I personally actually bet money on. And then I have 4 college football bets that I put money on. So I talk about a lot on these shows. I cover a lot of player props, and maybe that's where Mike gets confused. I don't know. I cover a lot. I don't bet them all. I am answering questions mostly. Paul Skeens at 17.5 outs against Boston. Boston, they're middle of the road on like everything, really. 20.5 K percentage is mediocre. 231 batting average, slightly above average. Low ISO. Again, that doesn't matter too much, though, because Paul Skeens just doesn't get beat up too often. Skeens, here's this season. He's been over in 65% of the games. Let's check his home and away. Sometimes you get these pitchers, they have crazy splits. So away on the year, 50% of the time. He's been under in 5 straight away games. We'll go to home. And wow, he's been better at home, 18.5 outs per game, over in 10 of 12. So if you're looking at that and you're like, well, I can kind of hang my hat on that, on the road, he's just a bit more volatile. Well, then maybe you're a little more fearful of it. Are his strikeouts? Is there okay, hold on. Strikeouts on the road, 6.86. How about at home? 6.5. So no correlation there for Case. But outs seem to have some type of correlation for home and away. I mean, that's pretty glaring, actually. At least it has been lately. How about last season? 2024 away, he was fine. 2024 home, he was fine. Has the pitch count been going down at all for him? That's my only concern with him, is that like sooner or later, they're just out of contention. What happened here? He only pitched 5 innings and got pulled at 23 pitches, or excuse me, 73 pitches. 9 Ks against Cincy. And then last game, this is last year data. I'm looking at 2024. That's why. Those are the final 2 games of the year. Stupid. Let me put it back to 2025. Wow, I just learned something new. That when you put the 2024 filter, it brings up their 2024 game logs. Yeah, so it's not listen, I thought at some point here with the Pirates, they're out of playoff contention, right? You would think at some point they'd just protect them, but they're just like, nah, 99, 94 pitches, 97, 93, 96, 101 pitches. They're just leaving them out there. I don't, there's some guys I don't like to bet against. Really, that's just it. I think Skeens might be one of those guys where you run the 17.5 over or you just fade it. I don't think there's a strong spot here in targeting this, though. That's the thing. Like nothing here is like, yo, donuts, run that. I love it. You know? It's just kind of a stay away at best. Man, that Zebby under for outs or over for hits allowed. I actually really like that as I'm looking at it. What up? Sell. Appreciate it. Love the daily episodes. Been using that site and your Discord and have been crushing it. Hey, let's go. So thank you. Oh, go Bills. What a freaking comment, my friend. Let's go. I hope people are happy. I've made sure the price points they're up there with being the most affordable on both sides. What up, Arturo? Thoughts on Bryce Elder hits allowed? All right. Well, Elder sucks. So there's that. Averaging 10.25 hits per 9 innings. And he's going against a red-hot Phillies lineup, batting 274 against righties over the last 300 plate appearances. 181 ISO. We just watched Schwarber bang home 4 home runs last night. Low K percentage, low walk rate, which means they're putting a lot in play. They don't walk a lot. They don't strike out a lot, which means they're putting a lot of batted balls in play. I wonder what their BABIP is. And then you got a guy like Elder who can't make bats miss, 9% swinging strike, can't strike people out, and gives up a ton of hits. So you've got a pitch to contact hitter, a pitch to contact pitcher going against a red hot Phillies offense. That just screams trouble. Oh my goodness. Let's look that one up. Who am I looking up? Elder, E-L-D-E-R. We'll do both sides. E-E-L-D-E-R. All right. So juice to the over outs prop at 1.5. Earned runs at 3.5 is lean to the under, minus 140-ish, minus 147 aggregate odds. Strikeouts to the over at 3.5. Hits allowed under 6.5 or 5.5 to the over. Pitching outs 15.5. The lean is to the under. Let's look at his actual game logs here. And he's pitched for Atlanta. Has he faced Philly? Once. Had 2 strikeouts. It's allowed. Was 5.5. I mean, I'd lean to that 5.5 to the over for sure. Earned runs could be interesting. Outs. I mean, I'm almost just against him in everything. Just looking at, yo, you're welcome, Zaxta. Appreciate it, man. Thank you for the comment. Yes, another great night. It's been awesome. College football is awesome. I think my favorite part about betting on college football and the things I post is they're all bets on games only. I think people enjoy the change up, right? Like most of the betting community you'll get, I get from YouTube and Instagram and TikTok and Twitter, and I bring them in and they all like player props. And I think when I'm posting only bets on games for college football, it's a nice switch up. I think people are like, oh, I don't have to sweat out this guy getting, his 5th catch or another 5-yard rush to hit the over. And they get to just sit back and be like, all right, Houston, stop them on this last drive and you cover 22.5. I think people like the change up. And I mean, it helps that it's been, over 30 units profit for 2 years. So that certainly helps. $24 likes on YouTube. Could we get those up? Those are rookie numbers. Pump them up. Help me out on YouTube. What else we got? Who else you guys want me to research? That's what this show is for. I started off the show. I gave away like 6 to 8 plays I thought were worthy of researching. I talked about a few others here. Mitchell Parker, I thought was really interesting at 4.5 to the under. I told you about the ESPN bet 5.5 parlay you could use with George Kirby. I've covered a lot. I've given away a lot. I've posted the 4 cheat sheets to Discord as well. Posted it in the on social media as well. Like, y'all got all the goodies you need to be successful. And then I currently have 6 VIP plays for members. Not a single one has been showed on this show. It is what it is. All 6 are inside Discord. So go get them in there if you want them. You saw the Google sheet showing all the winnings, all the profit, 40 days, about 40 units profit across 4 sports. Not a single sport in the red. That link right there, I'm telling you, it is worth it. And if you want access to the website you've been watching me use all day, mysparbyedge.com, code STREAM, STREAM, and you get a discount. Matter of fact, use code STREAM on the OS Tails link. You get a discount there. You can get access to both for a total of $25 your first month. Literally, access to 20 or so premium channels in my Discord full of cappers, all of my VIP plays, and access to the website, the betting projections and models, all the researching. I didn't even show you the optimizers today. My goodness, you can make so much money using the optimizers, and you can get access to all of this for $25 for your first month using code STREAM, STREAM. Get it all. The optimizers are the marquee thing on the site. I'd say probably the second best thing would be the player projections, the betting models. Oh, I can't show these. The betting models. Optimizers, number one way to make money, no doubt about it. Not even close, in my opinion. Because you can do volume. It's all math. And then these cheat sheets and stuff, they are all posted in there. That's definitely a part of things. But, my VIP betting models and the optimizers that's the way to roll, man. It really is. So grab both links. The OS Tails link and mysparryedge.com. Use code STREAM, STREAM. You get exclusive discounts for both. Total of $25 for your first month. It's pretty sick. And yeah, about what was that? My second little marketing spiel in 50 minutes after covering like a dozen player props today. Yeah. Not bad. So, yeah, I mean, there's going to be picks like crazy. Seth Lugo here, just purely math-based. I mean, here's a quick example. We give like a book or two right here because people asked for it one time. They're like, yo, Donuts, please put, give us some examples of like what are some other, odds on other books. Reference point us, And that's what these are. So, like Lugo at 5.5, minus 123. There are 20 books that go into this. So, hits allowed, 5.5 to the under for Seth Lugo. The math says that's the best. That's the 4th or 5th best play on Novig right now. So on and so forth. And you can do this for all the optimizers. Prize Picks, Underdog. What do we got over here? Does Prize Picks have? I might not be able to look at them because I'm in New York. College football. What is this? Prize Picks? There you go. I like unders more than everything. So I'm like, what do we got unders wise? Well, maybe not Shorebreeze Red Hot and going against Elder. I know the math says, but how about Junior Caminero under 2.5 hits, runs, RBIs? Why is it 2.5? Interesting. Oh, this is hits. What am I doing? Hits, runs, RBIs. Wow. Why is that line so? Oh, wait a minute. Because he's going against Mitchell Parker and he sucks. Right? Caminero plays for Tampa. How? That's a decent Prize Picks play. Listen, I love plays like this where they are backed by math. This was one of the best plays on Prize Picks. But then when you go into their card and you think through the matchup and stuff, you're like, I get that he's facing a bad pitcher today, but shoot, my man's under all the time. Anyways, you shouldn't lean on these cards. I shouldn't have even said that. Just lean on the math. Just lean on the math. Is there anything for Fliff NCAA markets? I think last year were very popular. Whoa. I can't wait to. Are they live yet? Nope. We're going to have college football player cards. I'm so excited. There's so much. This is why people love the touchdown market on Fliff. I forgot. I knew there was something on Fliff last year that people loved. Huh. Someone mentioned NFL today. What did they want me to look at for NFL? Trends and insights, NFL. If you're still here, what did you ask for NFL? Calvin Ridley starting the year off at 20.5 longest reception, hit the over in 14 of 17 games last year. You click his player card, you go to the longest reception market, and it should be sitting there like so. Someone wanted an example of NFL. Here's Calvin Ridley on mobile. Go to the long reception market. There you go. Is that what you asked for? An example of NFL? Fliff is king for football. It really is. It really is. I saw people talking about it in Discord chat this morning too. They were remembered. They're like, oh yeah, Fliff is a W for college. I posted in Discord, Cyberts, for members. That one though, I post on X as well, friend. But just go inside the VIP channels. That's literally, it's like a great place for aggregated stuff. What do y'all think? This is a pretty good stream, yeah? So I've heard on the back end, that's the goal. I need him too. Yo, Mason, we covered like a dozen plus bets today. It was a great show. Someone asked for something for NFL, and I don't remember who or what I was supposed to do for them. And I feel kind of bad, but I can't remember for the life of me. Do you guys remember what the question was? I could have sworn it had something to do with the trends tool, though. I love this. 2+ touchdowns, Joe Burrow, week 1. I mean, NFL, we are, what is today? Friday? We're a few days away, my friends, from NFL shows and NFL videos and NFL picks 24/7. We're so close. Oh, my goodness. Cyberts, you can't. Oh, goodness. Do not use just the trends tool. That is the least important thing on the entire website. These are not projections. The trends tool is just telling you the hit rate at the prop line. This is saying Calvin Ridley at 20.5 longest reception, hit the over in 14 and 17. That is not a projection. I'm glad you brought this up. There are no projections there, my friend. This is just, hey, if you'd like to know how Joe Burrow does at 1.5 passing touchdowns, we will show you. We will tell you. Oh, last 5 games, Lamar Jackson last season averaged 2.2 touchdowns per game through the air, hit the over in 5 of 5 games, over in 9 of the last 10. There are no projections on that. The projection models are on the menu under the projection models themselves. Okay? And I'm not going to show those on the show. But when you click this, you can filter out NBA, NFL, and MLB. assuming they're all live and active. And then you can check out just the model top plays. And we have the bet ratings. Less is more, Cyberts. Also, inside Discord, we post the top picks of the day graphic so that you don't have to do anything if you don't want to. You literally can just look at the website if you want all of them. But if you just want, like, what are Donut's actual VIP plays with the picks, just look at the top graphics. All right. Good show. Good show. Woo. Got 800. Looks like 800 viewers today. Listen, if you just tuned on YouTube, you're just late. All right. Hour one is almost over here. Covered about a dozen player props today, some bets. We talked about how gorgeous the season has been. College football 6-2 for plus 4.38 units. It's only games. I only bet on games, my friends. Last season, games only 99-63 for plus 26 units. And we're starting off 6-2 for plus 4.38 units. Lots of profit. NFL preseason went up 1.5 units, 5-3 overall. MLB originated 3 units profit, 5-3 overall. MLB model up 27.5 units since July 18th. My friends, lots of money to be made. And that link is inside. Actually, you can grab both links in the description section or my bio, but I'll post it right there in chat for you too. Code STREAM, STREAM. And whether you use that on mysmartreads.com, you'll get a nice discount. Or if you grab the OS Tails link that I just shared with you, you'll get a 50% off discount there if you'd like to try us out. So I love you. Appreciate you. Thanks for watching. Saturday morning, I will have probably a live show. We got 60 college football games, and probably we'll go over a bunch and whatever MLB we got. And if I don't get to a live show, I'll post probably some YouTube shorts tomorrow. Yesterday, I did 3 YouTube shorts. I went 3-0. Literally, you could have had 3 free winners on YouTube. You just got to follow. Hit that sub. Turn your notifications on so you don't miss when they go. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Let's get paid. That's a good show, my friends.